Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lakota East High School, home of the Thunderhawks. Tonight in the Hawk Nest, we have the conference opener, the Lakota version of the crosstown shootout between Lakota East and Lakota West. So from Westchester to Liberty Township, this is the place to be tonight. I'm Dave Royce with my partner in the booth, Ken Yablonsky. Ken, here we are back for another season of football. This isn't the home opener, but it doesn't get any bigger than East versus West. What are we going to see out of these two teams tonight, Ken?
Dave, this is huge. We got a huge sold-out crowd here in Liberty Township. It is week 2. East and West normally playing in week 10, but the GMC schedulers put them in week 2 this year, so whole different type of ball game. Normally you see these teams at the end of the season. This season we're going to see them right at the beginning, GMC opener, and exciting football coming up. East-West, always a close matchup.
Yeah, East coming off of a tough loss last week, 9-6 to Centerville, and West coming off a big win over St. X, 16-13.
Yeah, huge win for West, winning with 21 seconds left, getting their game-winning field goal. East having a tough week this week. Got some news of a alumni football player from last year, untimely passing in a car accident in Indiana State, Caleb Van Hooser. And they're going to have a moment of silence here for Caleb. Players taking the field now, and the announcer's going to say something in remembrance of Caleb. All the student section donning the number 2 to represent Caleb on their jersey.
Ladies and gentlemen, this past week,
Yeah,
family,
Ken, it's a
former football players,
tough night here at Lakota East, and the Hawk Nest is, again, as we said, number 2, Caleb Van Hooser. We'll let the announcer, if you can pick that up off the field, to let you guys listen to that.
We will never forget their passion for the game, their love for their teammates and family, and their intense competitiveness on the field. In honor of Drew and Caleb's memory, we ask that you join us in a moment of silence. At this time,
So we just wanted to respect that for everybody out in the audience. Caleb was a member of the class of 22 who just graduated with my son. So a lot of these kids out here on both sides of the field knew Caleb. He was an Indiana State University football player, D1, and unfortunately he and 2 other students perished, and 2 of his other football brothers are still in the hospital recovering. So we send a shout out to Indiana University and their football program, and Ken, just a tragedy nobody wants to hear, especially involving young people. Just really sad. So our thoughts and prayers go out to all those that were affected by this.
Dave, they also announced Drew Katona, who lost his life. They included him in that moment of silence as well. Untimely passing as well. Not many details on Drew, but he was class of 2019. And East had a tough week. Coach Haynes gathered the team together to talk about Caleb on Sunday after they learned of his death on Saturday. And then they found out about the passing of Drew on Tuesday and gathered the team again. But as the announcer said, one team, one community here, East and West players being respectful. And, no better way to honor Caleb than to battle on the field here.
Absolutely, Ken. As we started off here, this is the crosstown shootout here in the Westchester Liberty Township area. But as you just pointed out, for a few moments there, everybody on the same team rooting on and respecting Caleb and Drew. They are 2 football players here from East that passed away this week. So long week here at East, but we'll get ready here and get things started off. We want to shout out to all of our military and first responders, and especially to the VFW Post 7696 and American Legion 681 in the Joint Color Guard here tonight, posting the colors to get things kicked off. So,
yeah, Dave, East-West, like we said, always playing at the end of the season. They weren't scheduled 2 years ago, but they did meet in the playoffs. West has won the last 3 matchups. Last time East beat West was 2019. Beat them 36-3. I was here for that game, rooting on my son. But West has had their number the last couple years.
West got a lot of returning players this year. East graduated a lot of players, so they're a little bit on the younger side. So it'll be a tough battle tonight for the Lakota East Thunderhawks here on their home turf.
Yeah, a few D1 commits for West. They have Ben Minnick, the tight end, who committed to Notre Dame. They have Mitch Bolden, the quarterback, coach's son, who I believe University of Michigan, you said, is looking at him.
Yep, University of Michigan and the Army, West Point.
Got a couple other players with some D1 talent. And on the East Thunderhawks side of the ball, Austin Siereveld committed to the Ohio State University.
And he will be joining Hartford on the other side of the ball tonight, along with an old East player that transferred, Benny Powell, looking at by Kentucky and Miami. But the bands in the house, Ken, there's a couple of bands in the house. Junior high bands are in the house as well. The student sections are packed. Like you said, a lot of them are wearing number 2. Blackout on this side, looks like a red out on the other side. And boy, do we got great weather here tonight for Friday Night Lights for the kickoff of this home opener telecast, but second game here, as you mentioned, in the Hawks' Nest.
Hawks are going to kick off to the Firebirds to start the game. East won the kickoff and they deferred to the second half. West elected to receive. And Friday Night Football, Westchester Cable, we are underway.
There you go, folks. It's a deep bound to the end zone, and it'll be no return. So it is officially started. Bring the dogs in, get the popcorn out, sit down, and get ready for Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, folks, if you're watching on Westchester Cable live streaming on YouTube, we appreciate your attendance here. Feel free to like and subscribe to their network and tell your friends, because they can't get a ticket anymore. This game is sold out. Let them know the game is on YouTube if they want to watch.
That's right. No reason to pay for any other type of streaming service. You can get it right here for free, Westchester Cable, as West takes the ball at the 20-yard line, going south to north here as they look to throw, but it's broken up, and East comes in and grabs him and will wrestle him down after about a 1-yard gain.
A little surprising here. Bolden looking to throw on first down. Not typical of a Tom Bolden offense with Lakota West. Coming over from Coleraine a couple years ago, they typically run the triple option similar to East. And little wrinkle on the first down. Midge tucked it and had nowhere to go. So 2nd and 10.
And Bolden doesn't get too far with that as he's in the shotgun. Takes a snap, looks to throw again, pumps right once, throws it again, short to the deep wide receiver. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Malik Hartford intended on that throw, and back-to-back passing looks for East.
Here you see Bolden just take that step and just kind of comes up short, skips it in.
Yeah, had him open and just short-armed the throw, but 3rd and 10. Hawks have to like their defensive start here. Very
Absolutely.
surprising from Lakota West to look to throw the ball twice. And now they're in a clear passing down.
So Coach Rick Haynes got to be happy with this start for the East, and this is exactly what East needs, is a quick start, kind of put some pressure on the West offense, because, boy, they racked up some yards last week as Bolden goes and throws, finds his receiver this time in between the zone coverage, and he picks up more than 10, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, good throw and catch to Trent Lloyd. Lloyd has been one of their leading receivers over the last 2 seasons. He's a senior this year.
Here you see Bolden just drops back. He's looking the whole way at Lloyd. Lloyd just finds a little crease in that zone and picks up the first down.
Lloyd's a 3-year varsity receiver for West.
So that was about a 20-yard pickup for them. So they'll be at the 40-yard line. Bolden asked for it this time. He hands it off up the gut, and East wrestles him down.
That carry went right up the middle. Couldn't quite tell who was on the carry there. That was Trent Lloyd. Lloyd in the backfield, which is a rarity. I don't know if they have an injury to their main running back.
Tackle by Austin Sieverfeld, going both ways. That OSU commit, playing offense and defense. Got a couple of guys that are doing that tonight, Ken, for East. We'll keep an eye out. It's a little warm. It's not too hot, but the humidity is up there. As Bolden rolls left, finds his man in the crease, and he makes a juke move and then goes down the sidelines, picks up a few extra, and Coach Bolden will like the yak after that, and he'll get the first down and take it into East territory, just about down to the 38-yard line, as we'll see it here again, Ken.
Yeah, nice little pass in the flat to Malik Harkford.
Nothing special, just out into the flat, makes a big cut on number 3 there for the Hawks, Ethan Evans, and picks up some extra yak and gets a first down.
Interesting game plan for West. They had to see something in East secondary that they knew they could exploit. And there's
for the Firebirds, now they go up the middle.
Bolden takes it himself.
And Bolden's going to pick up about 9 on the keeper there.
That's pretty standard for West, just to take the snap and run it up the middle. Ezekiel Holland on the tackle for.
Yeah, Mitch was leading rusher last week with 69 yards and 22 attempts against St. Xavier.
Yeah, what a game against X. They had a terrible first half. Heard there were some broken chairs at halftime, and they didn't score until midway through the third, but got that score, got a field goal, and then scored with 21 seconds left to take the lead. And there's a handoff up the middle for the first down.
That goes to number 34. That Reardon. Oh, 24.
Yeah, that's
Gonzalez
Jr.
And again, Severfield with the tackle.
West checking their wristbands to make sure everybody's on the same page there. Bolden's in shotgun again, lone backfield.
And something happened wrong there with the snap as he called for it. Nobody moved, or everybody moved but the ball. So that's going to be false start on the Firebirds.
Both these teams similar in offense, that they want to stay on the field as much as possible. They like to be in control with offensive possession. So right now, West making sure East doesn't have the ball. They're going to run a methodical type of offense here. 1st
and 15. Bolden looks, fakes the throw to the flat, and then takes off running. And he's only going to get a few yards back there. Maybe 3.
Yeah, barely gets back to the original line of scrimmage, a little short, and that's going to bring up 2nd and about 11 or 12.
There you see on the replay, pump fakes it there out to the screen and takes it up the middle and doesn't get much as East swallowed that up really quick and bring it up 2nd down and long. Got 8:40 left in the first quarter here already. East with first possession. West with their first possession. And the only possession so far in the game as East is defending. Now Bolden goes back in the shotgun, takes the snap, rolling out right, throws it deep to the end zone and finds his man in the corner.
Beautiful catch.
Touchdown. I thought number 7 was going to be right there to tip it away for Lakota East.
That is a very nice catch in the back corner of the end zone.
Had the coverage for East. We're going to see a replay here, Ken.
That's Ben Minnick, and no wonder the Fighting Irish want them on the field for him. But
yeah, that's a favorite
Bolden
target.
Throws it up, and there goes Minnick with his tall frame. Good coverage by East.
Oh, wait a minute. We have a hanky on the field, Ken. I see yellow on the field. That's going to negate the touchdown. And Wes is going to pick up a holding call. And what a dagger that was, because, boy, just when everything looked right for the Firebirds, East gets a humongous break right there.
Yeah, Dave, sun in our eyes. We didn't see the flag, and we should have known, not hearing the Red Sea right across from us.
Yes.
Shouting like crazy. They saw the flag, but we didn't.
We'll give our apologies as the sun is directly right in our face from in the press box here. It's a little tough picking some things up, but we'll give you guys the best thing we can do as Bolden then goes right back to his same favorite target. This time, number 9 gets his hand up as
it's broken up by Draven Files from East.
Files.
Here it comes again. You see the ball just lofted up again by Bolden. Intended receiver.
So I'll say, Ken, I don't like how these receivers are getting behind the East defense, right? So they're playing them tight, but they're letting them get behind there. And as good as a passer as Bolden is, Hawks are going to have to tighten up that coverage because not only was he obviously the leading rusher for West last week. But he didn't do too bad in the passing area.
No, Remy had 2 long touchdowns that he caught, or 1 long touchdown in the third quarter. I think it was a 40-plus yard touchdown.
Yeah,
but West is going to have to pass again, and there goes Bolden out in the flat.
Yep, he finds his man. He breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, makes another move, and he's going to pick up the first down in the middle of the field, inside the red zone, and all the way down to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, it's Joshua Fussell right over the middle here. You see him make a nice cut move inside after the catch.
Nothing fancy here, Ken. I mean, the West offense, Bolden's rolling out, looking right at his guy, and he's wide open. He's throwing it to him, and defense is giving it to him. And here they go when it could have had a really long third down, and they pick up a first down.
They're spreading out the Hawks defense. Hawks probably expected to just play 8 men in the box against the typical West option offense.
So Gonzalez takes that again up the middle.
Go right up the middle through the east line. And, that's their typical offense. Just run the ball up the middle and get 5-6 yards at a time. I'm going to look and see how many yards, how many attempts they had passing against St. X last week.
So second and 4 from just inside the 10-yard line as Bolden again back in the shotgun, waves his man over that he wants, hands it off to him, and the Hawks are going to swallow that up real quick as number 11, Holloman for the East, outside linebacker, grabs him.
Remy off the middle there. Not enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. They did throw 30 times against St. X last week, so maybe this is the newfold Tom Bolden with his son at quarterback liking to throw the ball a little more. I apologize to the West fans for not knowing that ahead of time.
Holloman and Robinson both on the tackle there as we get a
little movement there, 2 men in motion. It's going to knock him back 5. Ooh, offsides on the East.
So I saw the defenseman jump, but yeah, I saw what you saw too, Ken. I thought I saw 2 guys in motion there for West. See what we see on the replay here. See, yeah, 2 guys in motion. He's in motion. He's in motion.
Yeah. We're up here and they're down there. That's going to give West the first down. Half the distance to go. It's going to be 1st and 3. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first period.
And we'll talk a little later about the one and only score Centerville had last week. That was kind of a blown call by the refs. So this could have been huge right here, if it would have been an offensive penalty for West. Now they're going to hand it off same way, going around the right-hand side, and he just walked straight on in.
Yeah, Remy made that look pretty easy.
Yep.
Just I'm sorry, that was Trent Lloyd.
Yep, Trent Lloyd on the touchdown, as we'll see here on the replay, as he had Remy blocking out there for him. Makes a good block right there on number 2. So
West is going to have the first score in this contest. Up
Taylor
6-0.
gets knocked out of the spot there.
Tyler Bond in for the extra point. Promised his mom that I would pronounce his name correctly.
As the left-footed kicker sends it through the uprights, and it's good for the PAT. So it's 7-0 here in the first quarter at the 5:54 mark. West over East.
Yeah, and they definitely used some clock there. They used about half the first quarter.
As see a shot there of the stands and of the student section before.
He stands. Quieted down a little bit.
There's the Red Sea across the field there, you can see.
You can see the bright sun there, Dave, right in our eyes. You imagine a glass window and 1,000 degrees in the press box. That's looking at, but beautiful shot of the East student section coming out in a massive amount of numbers there. You see all the number 2s in the stands, see the parents. There we are.
All the black out there. See you guys. Thanks.
So East, see if they can answer here. They're going to have to get some more points off the board. They struggled a little bit against Centerville moving the ball last week.
So East in that series had a couple of opportunities that would have been huge, right? With some penalties that made the Firebirds have to come back and just couldn't capitalize and shut down that offense as they pump it in for 6 points. Now the kickoff.
Tyler Bond kicks off and East returner
Takes it about the 5-yard line and goes forward till about the 15 and gets dropped.
Yeah, he was flattened by that great kick coverage by West.
So I think that was number 9 for East. Draven Files there on the return, as you can see him on the replay. Boom. Nice open field tackle by West's Makila Hartford. And I guess that's why OSU wants him, huh?
Yes, we've got some good size here on the offensive line for East. The law firm of Sierrafeld, Frisch, and I'm not sure who else.
Clute is in there at the center. Troutman at the helm here, underneath Clute, as the Hawks start off with the fullback run right up the middle, and that just goes absolutely nowhere.
No, Davis carried it right into the middle, and that's obviously what West was anticipating was going to happen on first down.
And Davis was the key last week, and Centerville knew it as well, as Eric had about 16 attempts for 55 yards. But boy, at the key moments, Centerville knew he was going to get the ball, and we're watching him closely.
A little confusion there on the Hawks on in and out. They're going double tight end now.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10.
It's going to be 2nd and 10, just over 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Troutman in shotgun.
Troutman takes the high snap, hands it off. Nice hole up the center there as they pump their legs, keep it going.
There's a little pushing and shoving, and Sierraville got pushed. That's going to be 15-yard penalty against West for the shove. They got tangled up, and Sierraville stood up and put his hands up in the air, and the West defender just shoved him.
Austin known for some of those pancake blocks, and a West player wasn't too happy with it. Bolden out on the field complaining.
The interesting thing about that is it was right in view of every single
now they're going to bring the two players together
everybody
here. As you can see, the East and West players, the referee talking to them. Oh, and they're going to wave it off.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't know if they said Austin instigated that or not, but
wow.
He looked more like the victim than the instigator there, but
that is crazy. I saw
it's gonna be
Coach Tom Bolden way out on the field, unhappy, and I guess he won that argument, as now there's another hanky thrown on.
That's going to be offsides on West, I believe. Yeah, offsides on West. It was 3rd and 5, so we'll see if we were just inches over 5 or just inches under, but could be enough for the Hawks' first down, depending on how close to the 5 they were.
Coach Haynes now out on the field. I think he probably wants a nice explanation of why that was waved off. I would have liked a nice explanation if I was him of how you throw a flag pretty.
Yeah, he definitely got some height on that flag.
And Coach Bolden's still over there on that offensive line working these refs hard.
They are going to move the chains, Dave. First down, Hawks. So you got to take advantage of some of the things you can take advantage of, such as penalties there. 4.5 minutes left, clock running. East with the ball.
So number 88, tight end, comes in for East. That's Noah Roush. And Hawks will go into.
Going to be a timeout for Lakota. I don't think Coach Haynes liked the formation they were in there.
So
our first break in the action there, Dave, and
yeah, East moving the ball here, taking advantage, like you said, Ken. They're going to have to take advantage of everything they can tonight. West is uberly talented, so we said East is a young team. So with these penalties and things, they're going to just have to take advantage, make smart plays when they need to, when they can. And so right there, 1st and 10, when you're starting to move the ball. Hawks have it now on the 26-yard line, getting out of their own zone here. Keep things rolling. Coach Haynes calls a quick timeout, make sure they're all on the same sheet of music.
Yeah, they don't want to make a mistake here after getting advantage of the offsides. They don't want to cost a penalty or run a busted play for not having the right personnel in there.
And I'll tell you, during that timeout, was watching on the west side of the sidelines, and Coach Bold over there still working the refs during the timeout. So now it's 1st and 10 East. Hands it off right up to middle. I think that's Eric Davis, and he drags a couple of guys with him for about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah,
and
Davis
brings up 2nd and short.
Davis with a fantastic job keeping his feet moving after the handoff there.
We'll see another shot of that here as Troutman just hands it off up the gut. He grabs that guy. You see there, Ken, he's pulling him, just like you said, pumping the legs. Drug that guy about 4 yards for a short 2nd down and 2. As Troutman gets up underneath center, hands it off again to Davis, and he goes off tackle. And I think he's going to have enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, about a 3-yard gain off tackle there. Nice blocking. Good tackle there by Micah Markley. But that is going to move the chains, and this is what the Hawks want. The Hawks going to take advantage of the good blocking there. You see Sierreveld 73 and 72. 73 pulling a little bit on his block.
Nice big hole, and I'd like to follow those two guys through a hole any day. The Severfield brothers.
Yeah, we could have used them at the food truck rally the other day with the big crowd.
Yeah.
Would have been nice for them to push a hole there at which I'm sure most of our community was at.
As Troutman again hands it off up the gut to Davis. And Davis gets another 5.5 yards on that one, straight up the middle.
Yeah, vintage Hawks offense, just triple option. Davis and then off tackle and right up the middle again. Counting on their line to block and get 3, 4, 5 yards at a time. Exactly what the Hawks want. They want to keep the West defense on the field and Mitch Bolden off the field. Be 2nd and 5, 2.5 minutes left in the 1st quarter.
As the Hawks line up here in the traditional option. Wide receiver Andy Vogelman split wide to the top here. Hands it off to Davis. He spins around one, spins around another one, leans forward, and he might have just enough for another 1st down, Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks blocking really well right now. And Davis did have a couple moves, but that's not possible without the meat on the line there.
You'll see here on the replay here. First hit he takes, spins around, gets hit again, spins again, and then he just rolls over this guy for an extra yard and picks up the 1st down. And now they're just short of midfield on the 49-yard line. 1st and 10.
Looked like Jake Reisner in the line there too, tight end blocking. He mainly plays defense, but when he's in there on offense, he knows how to block.
Davis goes behind him, behind number 77, and finds some space and gets another 1st down, Hawks, as he picks up about 12, 13 yards on that run.
Eric Davis feeling it, getting the student section hyped up. Student section's pleased with how they're
Watch 77 here on the pull right there, Ken. He follows right behind his blockers, right off of his tail, and again hops over a couple of defenders. So offensive line doing their job, Eric doing his job with spinning and hopping and jumping, and he picks up another 1st down for the Hawks.
Yeah, Nick Fritchie, great open field block there.
So now we're just down to about a minute, $1:05 now, as the Hawks are still driving. Troutman keeps this one as he fakes it to Davis, and everybody was looking for number 1, and Troutman goes off the left-hand side, and he picks up about another 6, 7 yards.
Yeah, nice job of, that's his decision whether to hand the ball into Davis's breadbasket or to pull it. And he made a great decision there by pulling it and keeping it outside. Gain of 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3, 30 seconds left, 35 seconds left.
I think they're going to have to get off one more here before the end of the 1st quarter, as Troutman gets up behind the center.
At 23 seconds left, barring no turnover here. Should be the last
that
play
one
of
over
the
to
quarter.
Davis. Davis is going forward, gets knocked forward by the defensive lineman coming around from behind him.
It's going to be enough for a 1st down.
And now I see all kinds of hankies going up in the air.
Let's see who they get here. I don't know if there's a face mask in there.
The ball looked like it came loose, and I saw West jump out with the ball. Severfield jumped up there. So let's see if they'll just wave these off like they did the other set.
Unsportsmanlike conduct called against Lakota East.
They're going to get East with an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wow.
It's going to knock him back 15 yards. That is not what the Hawks needed after moving the ball nicely over the last few plays.
Yeah, I don't know if we got any pictures of that. I'd like to see if we got some. It was after the play. Davis was down.
Going to watch this again as the clock ticks down in the first quarter.
Got 5 seconds as the guys will roll this here. And there's 72.
Oh, yep.
Something Severfield didn't like as they were laying on top of Eric Davis, and he unfortunately picks up 15 yards. So at the end of the one, it's 7-0, Lakota West Firebirds.
Welcome to Chicken for Chicken. Our contestants tonight are Ryder Mills, Lauren Sullivan, and Lakota East Principal, Rob Burnside. Each contestant will have one attempt at a field goal. If they are successful, they will win 52 Chick-fil-A sandwich coupons, enough for every week of the year.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hawk Nest here at Lakota East, where your Lakota East Thunderhawks are playing the Lakota West Firebirds in the big crosstown shootout at the end of one. It's Lakota West 7, East 0, but Ken East got the ball. They've been driving here at the end of the first quarter and just picked up a first down, but then unfortunately at the end of the play picked up a personal foul that's going to push them back 15 yards when they were just driving in just short of the red zone there at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, Dave, the only saving grace on that penalty is it did come after the Hawks got the first down. So instead of getting pushed back 15 yards on a second and third down, they gained the first down. Then they got assessed the penalty. So it is still 1st and 10, but they are back further than they wanted to be.
Yep, so instead of being on the 25-yard line, they'll start things off in the second quarter here at the 40, and they'll switch sides, and they'll be going now south to north instead of north to south.
You know, Hawks moved the ball nicely. They got 4 or 5 yards at a time, and exactly how they like to run their offense. So, you know, it may not be a bad thing where they're at on the field. If they can continue to move the ball, it does prolong the time of possession for them, which is what they're looking for. So
absolutely. So that first play, Troutman looks to pitch, fakes the pitch, and goes counter to Eric Davis, as we'll see here. Troutman underneath center, Ken. And he calls for the man in motion. And
Davis breaks a tackle nicely there.
Puts it in the belly of Davis and fakes the pitch out. And Davis makes a nice move. And another flag on the play here.
This one is going to hurt them.
So again, after a nice, good, I would say 6-7 yard pickup, Hawks are going the opposite direction here for holding.
10-yard penalty from the spot.
5 yards in the right direction, 10 yards in the wrong direction does not help the case for that. So 1st and 15, start of the second quarter.
Yeah.
Hawks with the ball.
Just as we were talking there, you know, when West was knocking on the door about East taking advantage of everything they can of the West penalties, and they didn't, and now they're hurting themselves here twice as they move back almost to the 50-yard line as Eric Davis takes it around the left-hand side, gains a whole bunch of yardage back, and brings it down to the 34-ish line, just underneath the 35, 40, 34 and a half, as we're going to see Eric take the ball here off the left-hand side. Couple of good blocks there. Good block by number 25 out there on the wing. And that's Nick Miller.
Dave, I'm impressed by how the Hawks are responding to their penalties. You know, instead of putting their heads down and saying, woe is me, they're just getting some more yards. So nice first down run that's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Took some more time off the clock, and
so
Hawks are content with this.
Almost back where Eric had it before. Now he finds a big crowd of folks right at the line of scrimmage and just has nowhere to go as West clogged up the main hole, the second hole, and the third hole.
Yeah, Hawks are probably in 4-down territory here, so they need 2 more. They have 2 more downs to get 4 yards. Normally I'd say maybe you throw a screen pass or a slant inside, but I feel like the Hawks are going to run again, probably pitch or go off counter.
So they bring in the tight end and number 48, Jake Reisner, so double tight ends.
Yeah, they're going to go with the bunched in formation here. I would look for Troutman to keep the ball here.
Troutman, Davis behind him, and I think Bryce Taylor behind him.
Hawks are going to take another timeout. Coach Haynes is not happy with the formation there. So Coach Haynes wants to make sure that we don't get knocked back another 5 for an illegal formation or get stuffed up the middle, but he definitely needs to make sure the correct personnel is in there for this play. Big, crucial 3rd down.
Absolutely, Ken. He came off the sidelines in a hurry, and he did not look happy as he was calling for the timeout. So, but critical play here, right? 3rd and 4. Hawks really need a first down here. Keep the ball, move the chains, as you were saying, keep the offense, the West's offense off the field. So this is a huge play, so, kind of okay using the timeout there. There's still 9:51 left in this second quarter. So
Hawks down to 1 timeout left in this half, but this is critical. It's not as critical to get a first down, but it's critical to move the ball forward.
Absolutely. So they'll line it back up. Now this time they've got split right and left. Troutman fakes it to Davis. He goes off left hand. I see another hanky getting thrown.
Troutman kept it. That's in the general vicinity where you normally see holding.
And he picks up about 8 or 9 yards and would have had the first down. So great call. There's the fake to Davis. Everybody goes that way. Somewhere in there is where the flag got thrown. I didn't see anything there, and Troutman goes forward and would have had the first down.
It was thrown pretty early. Troutman.
Wow, that's a big penalty.
Yeah, that's going to make it 3rd. And
that's another 15-yarder?
No, they were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gave him. So it was not a hold. It must have been a chop block, we're told.
15-yard penalty.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 19, and now you do have to throw the ball if you're the Hawks. So most likely we're going to see the
big punch in the gut there for East as they got called for a chop block, and instead of having a first down, now it's 3rd and forever as Troutman throws it up, looking for some help there, and boy, didn't get a lot, and I'd say probably lucky for number 13 the ball was thrown over because he was mugging the receiver too, as we see Troutman wing it out here.
Yeah, heaves it up. Sophomore Nick Miller, the intended receiver, but very nice coverage by West.
13 had no idea where the ball was, and I was kind of hoping we'd see maybe a little hanky come out there, but luckily the ball for him was thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, so that's big Ben Minnick. 13 plays defense as well, the Notre Dame commit.
Surprised to see that. So now the Hawks are going to be forced to punt at 4th and 19, and we'll see Big Austin kicking the ball, and he gets that one blocked. Oh, no. They fall on the ball. Nope. Ball's still loose. Oh, you got to call that.
That is a touchdown. Lakota West blocked punt for the touchdown. Oh, my.
And the West guy falls on the ball, which it should have been an automatic
I don't
down.
know if he had full possession when he was down.
And then he just kind of pushes the ball out.
We're going to see it again.
Severfield gets, that guy just comes racing right in. Right here, he's got the ball in his hands, rolls over. I think the ball should have been called down right there. That's a tough break for East. I don't know. Like you said, I guess they didn't think he had possession, but boy, when you have the ball on one side of your body and you roll over to the other side of it, I think you got possession. And at least the East would have been able to put the defense out there
That's a huge turning play for Lakota West. Give credit to their special teams for getting right through
Absolutely.
the line, blocking the punt, and heads-up play by the defense, picking it up. Tyler Bond in to add
There's
one.
a bad snap. And somehow West is able to scoop that up and get it through.
So we got 14-0, Dave. 9 minutes left in the first half. Humongous special teams play by West. You know, we saw East drive the ball, get down to the 25-yard line.
Yep.
Get hammered by 2-3 penalties, moved him back to the 40, had another mistake, forced to throw the ball, then forced to punt.
Big
leading
penalties.
to the easy score for Lakota West.
Had a 5-yarder, a 10-yarder, a 15-yarder in there, and that is just going to hurt when you're trying to move a ball against a West offense this capable, and you give up a non-offensive touchdown on top of that.
So 14-0 West. Westchester Cable here, Dave. We've got over 400 viewers live right now, so appreciate everyone out there being able to stream, watch the game. If you procrastinated on getting a ticket, it's possible you're there on Westchester Cable, or if you're out of town, we got a lot of grandparents tuning in. Fantastic for them to be able to stream these games live, so appreciate the viewership there, and feel free to like the page. And
a couple of alumni out there too watching the game, so as West was able to convert on that bad snap for the PAT, they line up and kick this one out of the back of the end zone.
Kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback.
So that'll be a touchback for on the kickoff, and we'll start this all back up again as East will pick up the ball on the 25-yard line.
East going to their bread and butter, just handing it off to Davis up the middle, and it worked for a long time. They just have to avoid the penalty.
Yeah, everything Davis was picking up was getting turned right around and coming back. And going to have to tighten all those things up. Offensive line's going to have to try to stay away from picking up penalties here going forward.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to maintain composure, not compound their mistakes. It's okay to make a mistake, as they did before, and they recoup from it, but you can't make mistake after mistake after mistake. That's just too much to recoup from.
So now Troutman has the ball, goes up, hands it off to Davis. He's trying to go forward, getting lassoed around the waist and pulled backwards after he picks up a couple.
Yeah, picks up
much.
one. Hawks are going to have to mix it up. They have to figure out when it's time
right
to run the variation play. You know, they set up, they have success. They can't get in the position of third and long where everyone knows you're going to throw the ball.
Absolutely, Ken. I was here last week watching the Centerville game, and I just was, sharing with some folks up here at, just a few short pass plays, keep the defense honest, mix it up, have a variety here, and it could be huge for East as they fire it back up the middle as Troutman keeps
kept
the ball.
it there. I don't know if that was a broken play or if that was designed, but he looked like he was going to pitch it out and instead kept it bowled ahead for 4 yards. So that's going to be 3rd and 5, just over 8 minutes left in the second quarter. 3rd and 5, you're right in between.
Yep.
Normally you'd run 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. 3rd and 5 could go either way.
These become big plays here, third down conversions, in which they didn't have a lot of success last week. East didn't on the third down conversions. As Troutman gets underneath. I think he fakes it this time, keeps it himself, and I think he's going to get caught from behind.
Yeah, he got barely back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. But good containment by the West defense there.
We'll see the replay as Troutman
Nick Brandkamp on the
fakes
tackle.
this. Number 90 pushing his guy right back. That was
Nick Brandkamp, very good athlete, catches him from behind.
Aiden Cedarfeld gets pushed back
So
into his running back, and
see if Austin can get this one off clean. Need a little better blocking than we had last time, and
he
that
gets
time it is blocked. And
that
nice
one up, nice
high
and
kick.
high kick as he did last week a few times. And West will call for the fair catch right about at the 40-yard line.
Definitely nice air on that punt by Saraveld.
So, yeah, talking about some of those third down conversions, they were 4 for 10 last week. Kind of rough on the third down conversions. And that's what I was saying about the got to find just that 1 or 2 or 3 just short passes to the tight end or to the fullback coming out of the backfield to try to convert those third downs. But if there was a shining moment in that loss last week, other than that first kick, Austin had quite a few kicks last week. I think he had about 180 yards.
Hawks have jumped off sides there on the hard count by Bolden. We haven't seen the West offense in over 12 minutes, Dave.
Yeah, so Austin had 4 punts last week for 182 yards. Had a long of about 55 yards. So
going to see here the hard count by Bolden and the jump there by 2 of the Hawks.
Yep, right on the center, and that's easy 5 yards that you don't need to give the West, and they'll start out 1st and 5. There's a hard count again. Now he hands it off to number 14. He's trying to come around the corner, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles. He's going to be off to the races, Ken. He's going to take it to the house. No one's going to catch him.
Brandon Remy breaking tackles left and right.
Touchdown, Lakota West.
No flags on the tackle. Looks like the Hawks had Remy 2 or 3 times in the backfield, and he high-stepped his way out of there. Going to see this again.
Again, nothing fancy here. Just hands it to Remy. Right there, the Hawks had him for a loss.
Nice cut,
breaks
missed
1,
tackle,
2,
missed
3.
tackle, good block.
And now he's just off to the races.
Remy has the quickness there. And I was just saying, we haven't seen the West offense in quite a while. The Hawks had this nice, long, sustained drive. And then West special teams scored. And then the Hawks had another couple-minute drive. And all it takes is a false start penalty and a handoff, and West is on the board again.
And the junior wide receiver scampers all the way down the field to Pater and puts them up 20-0 with the PAT. It looks good, and that'll be 21.
Yeah, Tyler Bond's kick is good, and just like that, West is up 21-0. Dave, it was 7-0. The Hawks were driving down the field. It looks like it was going to maintain a close game for a while.
Yep.
And West scored, just like that.
I'm with you. I saw it, as I said, the East was just getting down inside the red zone. Thought we were going to maybe even up the score at 7-7, and then, like you were saying earlier, a bunch of penalties. We go the wrong way and get a punt blocked and return for a touchdown, and then 1 play from scrimmage. And West's offense puts it into the end zone, 21-0 now.
You blink your eye and you say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and West is 14 points richer.
Yep. And this was, West was in this situation last week. They were down 13-0. Not quite this big of a hole, but 13-0 to St. X. Very powerful offense and defense, and somehow figured it out at halftime. So hopefully Coach Haynes can get in there and rattle the boys a little bit in the locker room, and hopefully a better second half. But still got some time here left in the first half. If they can get some points here, Ken, something out of this next drive before the half, boy, that would be huge for the Thunderhawks.
Yeah, you don't want to go in the locker room with a big goose egg on the board. You got to get some good runs in there, some off tackles. And
so again, there goes the kickoff out of the back of the end zone.
Tyler Bond, no matter if the wind's going with him or against him, he puts the ball in the end zone. So 6.5 minutes left here in the first half.
21-0, and it's so far it's not been an East. Not a big West. Good sustained drive in the first drive, right? And we thought we'd see the West offense just up and down the field. And as you were mentioning, pretty good drive. They had some sputters that the East didn't take advantage of. They had some penalties in their first drive and overcame them and still put the ball in the end zone. And then East has maintained the ball, time of possession, way on East's side, but just nothing to show for it as they, again, start off at their own 20-yard line and hand it up the gut.
Yeah, and Dave, what it's going to do, it's going to force East to throw the ball more. The more they get down 3 touchdowns now. To score in a hurry, you're going to have to open the field a little bit, and that's not East's comfort zone, especially with this young offense here. So they're going to be tested here. I don't know how much more you could.
So I see the defense huddled up down there with the defensive coordinator.
Second down and 8.
Giving some heavy instruction to the defenders there after that last play.
Yeah, they're going to have to finish their tackles. I mean, Remy was. East had their hands on Remy a few times.
So 2nd and 8.
It's going to be a delay of game on East, I
And
believe.
East just got another penalty. I think you're right, Ken. Saw the referee throw that flag. Oh, now we're going to have a discussion, I think. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know if the play clock reset. That seemed like a pretty quick
Very quick.
penalty there. I don't know if the play clock was ticking down or if it ever got reset, but they're definitely talking about it, and they may pick this up and just go with the replay, but
Yep, they're going to wave it off.
Yep.
Flag has been waved off.
And Coach Bolden, boy, he gets his explanation as the referee runs over.
Yeah, I think the play clock started not at 25 where it's supposed to, but a little bit less than that. So, nonetheless, 2nd and 8, just under 6 minutes left in the half.
I don't know what really the hard conversation is here. But again, Coach Bolden over there working the refs hard.
Veteran crew here. John Seger's the referee. His dad, Bobby, was an official for a long time. I knew John from basketball. And very veteran officiating crew here.
So Troutman goes back underneath, looks to run, throws it out into flat, finds his man, it goes right through his hands. And that was Reasoner, number 48, coming off the tight end position.
Yeah, that's a good play call. I mean, rolling
I
out,
like it.
Everyone's expecting the run. He did put it in his hands. Reisner just couldn't bring it in.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered, and just what we were talking about, that one little short pass with 2nd or 3rd down that surprises the defense. And, boy, that would have been a nice little pickup there. I don't think it would have been enough for a 1st down, but it would have made a really short 3rd down. And now we're back to 3rd and 8.
For a sold-out crowd, Dave, it seems eerily quiet on this side.
It is very quiet on the east side as now Troutman goes back again, looking to throw, pulls it down, has a lot of room to run on the right-hand side, and I think he's going to get it up to...
I think he has enough for the 1st down.
Enough for the 1st down.
Beautiful run by Aiden Troutman.
Well, the West defenders jumped up there acting pretty bold and proud of themselves, but...
Good decision here to not throw the ball down the field, has some room to run.
1st down, Thunderhawks.
Takes a hit from Minnick,
yeah.
but keeps on going. Enough for the 1st down. 1st down Hawks, 5:25 left in the 1st quarter.
Tackle by Mark Lee, number 44, for West. So the chains move, as you say, and that's what they needed. 1st down and 10 at the just over the 30-yard line.
It's going to be an inside handoff that time, right back to the line of scrimmage and nowhere more.
Maybe a yard on that.
Mike Brandkamp with the tackle. Brother of Matt Brandkamp, class of 2019.
So West defense out there again, 4:45 and counting. East trying to continue to move this ball, and like we were saying, Ken, they just, even if they can pick up 3 points here, I'd love to see 7. But even 3 is a huge momentum swing for the Thunderhawks going into the locker room here as Troutman takes the ball and he hands it off to Davis up the middle. And remember, we used a whole bunch of those timeouts early. So Coach Haynes only has 1 left with under 5 minutes here with the ball just short of the 35-yard line.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 6, 4 minutes left. Hawks most likely in a passing situation here. See if they can get Reisner on the tight end or maybe try downfield to Vogelman's up top of our screen.
He had a few catches last week.
Good shot of the East student section, still rooting him on.
So he goes back, double fake, all kinds of white shirts coming into his face. I don't know what was set up there.
Troutman is leveled.
And he gets hammered. And he's laying down on the field there, so.
Big 90 Elijah Davis breaks through the line and just smothers Troutman. Troutman's not getting up.
Yeah, we'll see this on the replay. Troutman gets under there. fakes right, fakes left, and all kinds of white shirts. 11's in there, 97's in there. I don't see who's that on the backside for
90. That was Jacob Asbeck,
I think
Elijah Davis, and Gabriel Flores, all down with Troutman. And trainers are looking at Troutman.
Not a position East is deep in this year at all.
No, I don't know who their
other quarterback,
Sandhar J. Sean, sophomore.
Jude Prather, is out for the season with an injury.
They only have one other quarterback on their roster. Now, sometimes they'll bring in a receiver, which I've seen Coach do in the past, or run like a wildcat.
Yep.
Davis can go under center, but hopefully Aiden's okay. Hopefully it was just the wind knocked out, and hopefully he can get up. They're giving him some water.
Training staff out there, and let me just shout out there too, Ken, just, tremendous training staff we have here. The guys from Beacon on both sides of the field for Lakota, right?
Yep.
East and West. Just doing a great job.
Yeah, Aiden looks like he's just shaken up. I don't see any body parts being held.
Yeah, I think he got the wind knocked out of him because he did take a big hit from big number 97 as he was trying to spin away from number 11. Like we said, there's a handful of shirts coming at him that were all white. I don't know if we were setting up a screen there or
he kind of spun around.
This replay.
He was rolling to the right, looking at Reesner.
Davis was here in the flat. I think he was maybe looking for, but
more concern right now is can the Hawks get a nice punt off? One block and one live punt, high snap.
And Severfield gets it off nice and high, flipping
Remy's
around.
Gonna run it. They bobbled it. Goes out of bounds.
Lucky break for the Firebirds as number 14.
I believe Remy ran a punt back last year against the Hawks for a touchdown.
So
he looked like he wanted to do that again.
Remy looking to sneak up underneath that one and hit him right between the 1 and the 4, and it bounced off his chest. And it was a free ball, but luckily for him, the Lakota East sidelines was his friend as the ball went out of bounds.
So, Dave, we're going to see the the Firebird offense for only the third snap here since halfway through the first quarter.
And boy, woulda, coulda, shoulda if the East could have recovered that, boy. That would have been a huge swing for the East to pick up the ball there off the punt at midfield with 3:16 left in this half.
We're going to see if West wants to make a statement here with another score or whether they're going to go a little more conservative and be content going into halftime with a 21-0 lead. If I'm a gambling man, I'm thinking that
I'm going to guess the former, not the latter. Yep. Yes, as they hand the ball off to number 1, number 4.
Yeah, it's Lloyd.
Lloyd takes it off the left-hand side, and Robinson with the tackle for East.
4-yard gain on carry.
Yeah, we had some whistles down there. What are we?
And we're going to get a warning again of some sort. I'm not for sure.
Is that a sideline warning?
No, he was on the field, and the referee was not happy, I guess, with something he said, or I don't know.
Well, 2nd and 6, just under 3 minutes left in the first half. Bolden in a shotgun.
Hawks show blitz. They come in. Bolden's back there. He steps forward as number 34 tries to wrap him up, but Bolden kind of carries a few guys forward as he is a good rusher.
Nice, tough run. I mean, he's not afraid to take a hit, give a hit there. Looks downfield a couple times when he doesn't see an open man. He tucks it.
We rush 4, and they put a lot of pressure. Kind of delayed blitz there. Flush him out. Right here, I thought 34 had him wrapped up. And again, Hawks just having a hard time pulling people down.
Yeah, Cohen Reap, sophomore, had his hands full with Bolden there. Bolden just kept driving forward. It's going to be 3rd and 3 for West. Hawks trying to get their first stop on a 3rd down.
Bolden back in the shotgun. Looks back. He's looking to his right-hand side. Flips it across the center of the field. And again, number 14 with the ball. And he's going to streak down into the corner for a West touchdown. So I think you got your answer there, Ken. I don't think Coach Bolden was trying to go in conservative.
Yeah, Brennan Remy having a day right now against the Hawks.
Remy, after he dodges the bullet on the punt, cuts across the middle, and Bolden finds him wide open here. We'll see the replay as Bolden keeps an eye on him almost the whole way, and then boom, quick wrist flip as number 3 was chasing him, and then it's just a foot race to the corner, and Remy wins that one.
And Hawks have dug themselves quite a deep hole here. Tyler Bond trying to put up
as
a point to give West a 28-point lead.
See Remy there on the sidelines with his teammates. Ethan Evans there on the coverage just couldn't stay with him and couldn't catch up with him, as you said, Ken, number 14. And there's Coach talking with Dravian Files there, but it was Evans with the coverage. Not too for sure what Coach saw there, but as you said, number 14, Remy, having a big night here in the Hawks' Nest for Lakota West.
And he was the player that made it happen against St. X with a third quarter touchdown. Bond puts the extra point through.
And that's going to bring us to 28-0 with 1:48 left before the half. And it's been all West in the end zone so far.
Yeah, Lakota East definitely looks outmatched here. They got to put something together here offensively before going in the locker room.
Absolutely. As we were saying, as they had the ball back with just a little over 5 minutes after the last score, had an opportunity to do something, started to move the ball again, got into a little bit of trouble with one penalty, drop pass, got to punt the ball, almost came out with a lucky bounce, and everything just seems to be falling Lakota West way, as they now have a 28-0 lead here at the Hawks' Nest.
Definitely have to give West credit. That West looks like a well-oiled machine right now. Tough go offensively against St. X until the third quarter, but they were on an emotional high.
Yeah, Bolden just with a nice flick of the wrist there as he was watching for Remy to make that break, and he laid it right in his breadbasket.
Stands in the pocket, very confident.
Yep, hit him straight in stride. So nice throw by the young man.
So East is going to have one more possession here in the first half to try and move down the field, see if they're conservative or if they go for it. And Tyler Bond puts it in the end zone a fourth time.
Yep. And it'll be another touchback for Tyler as he boots it out of the back of the end zone, and the Hawks will take over again.
Good strong leg on Tyler Bond. His sister is playing golf in college at Bryant University.
Very nice.
Fun fact for the day.
And shout out to all these kids who either already have committed or have an opportunity yet to commit. Some kids still searching and looking. Still maybe haven't been found yet on both sides of the field to play at the next level, and what a privilege that is and for them to do as a student athlete.
Dave, that sun is almost down behind the building. We may be able to see the second half.
So the field is in the shadows, but still up here in the box, we're still fighting that sunny glare right in our eyes as East takes the ball off the left-hand side.
Yeah, Davis right up the middle here. We've got a stoppage in play. I don't know if we have a timeout.
I think West is going to call a timeout.
Well, I guess they might want the ball back one more time.
I think so.
See if they can hold East in East territory and get some good field position.
And, you know,
it's varsity football.
Tee it up, exactly. You tee it up, you kick it off. It's varsity football. It's Friday Night Lights, as we said. You can't take those into the locker room with you. So, hey, you know, with 1:48, as the offense has been sputtering quite a bit here for East with moving forward, moving backwards, Coach Bolden figures, hey, might get another opportunity with a quick strike as they did.
And that's not a disrespectful move.
No.
I mean, you know, some people may argue that you're already up 4 scores. Why take a timeout? Why rub their nose in it? But that's respect for this team. East and West, Bolden and Haynes have a good respect for one another. And any team could quick score. So, you know, Bolden's playing varsity football. They're not, this isn't Pee Wee or junior high where you go easy on the opponent. This is East-West.
Yep.
They want to make a statement here.
So the Hawks will start 2nd and 7, and number 15 in there at the quarterback position.
Yeah, that's Sandhar J. Sean, sophomore.
So
the young Hawks just got a little bit younger in the backfield. Assuming that's their JV quarterback, and talk about trial by fire here.
Right. I don't know if that was intentional or just give Troutman another breather, or
it's going to be another timeout for West.
A permanent switch for the game. Like I said, I know.
I don't see Aiden down there, do you?
Jude Prather would have been their backup quarterback this year, junior. Lives right across the street from me, but he is on crutches and out for the season, unfortunately.
Do you see Aiden down there? They may have taken him back to the locker room. I don't see him on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick it up or see who's in the huddle there. As you mentioned, West took another timeout at 1:36 on 3rd and 5 for East.
So they're going to make Hawks run another play here, and they'll take their 3rd timeout if the Hawks don't get the first down, forcing another punt.
So again, here it is, 3rd and 5. Huge play, right? Huge play here. You pick up a first down, you keep possession. You may not score, but you keep West offense off the field. So here's another huge 3rd down for the Hawks. So
East crowd very quiet right now.
Split wide right and left as the sophomore quarterback is in there. He calls for the motion, rolls out, hands the ball off, I think, to Davis. And I think that's going to bring up 4th down.
Yep. Brings up 4th, and that's West's 3rd timeout consecutively. And they're going to get the ball back with about 1:27 left in the half.
Yep, 4th and 5, 1:27 left. And West spends that 3rd and final timeout. So that's going to force Severfield back for another punt.
And definitely not the half that the Hawks wanted here against West.
And this is when need Austin to pound off one of those, I think he had a 55-er last week. 55-yard punt. Boy, they could use a big one here.
Yeah, last snap was a little high. He's had one blocked already today that was run back for a touchdown. Last one, he had to field a high snap. Now with his big frame back there, it's not as bad for him with his tall body there. Very athletic. Rarely you see an offensive lineman as your punter.
Absolutely. Last year they had Charlie Kaufman back there. Charlie Kendrich, right? The fullback now playing at Purdue, and he was their punter. Now Severfield back there as he gets it off. It's wobbling right and left. Remy goes underneath it, and he was just going to step out just over the 50-yard line and give the Firebirds some good position.
Yeah, Firebirds, we'll see their 2-minute offense here. I mean, you imagine they're going to be shotgun and throwing some slants. Probably do a deep ball as well. Maybe try and get Minnick down the field. But, they really have to get inside the 20, and they've got a good kicker in Tyler Bond. So he did hit a field goal against St. X last week.
Actually, they gave Remy beyond the 50-yard line down to the 47-yard line. So he sets up their offense nicely as he continues to have a good night as he ran up underneath that, got about 7-yard return, and Bolden goes right to work looking into the long flat the whole way. That's a long throw, Ken, for the defense to let that come in, and not only does he get the reception, but then he gets about another 7 yards after that and brings up first down all the way down to the 30-yard line in a hurry in one throw.
Yeah, receiver was wide open on that. Hawks playing a kind of a loose zone coverage.
17-yard gain. Bolden goes right back to work, standing back there, got a lot of time, throws it underneath to, I think that's number 4.
That's Trent Lloyd.
To Lloyd, and he breaks one tackle and then scampers and gets out of bounds as smart receiver would with no timeouts left.
And they're
And
carving the Hawks defense. They're making it look very easy getting down the field.
all things working for West.
Definitely sending a message to the Hawks and this GMC right now.
Yep.
You know, being week 10, you kind of play the spoiler with one another, but being in week 2, you want to send a message and show your dominance.
52 seconds still left. 1st and 10. Bolden steps back in the pockets, looking.
He's got some room to run.
Flicks that wrist to the back of the end zone and finds, not for sure who he had, but the defense was number 7.
Looked like Giovanni Wilson. That could be Wilson's. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Gonzalez. That was.
Here we'll see the replay here as Bolden goes back.
That was Gonzalez in the back corner of the end zone there,
Thought there was
coming out
going
of
to
the
be a
running
hold
back
here,
position.
coming around right there on big number 93, but I guess he let go. No flags come out. Bolden with that quick release.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who was that?
And a little taunting there by number 26.
26. That was Giovanni Wilson,
Yeah,
junior
number
running
7.
back.
As now they go up 35 to nothing. And I think that's the magical number in the second half.
Well, what a
Which will be
statement there,
running,
Dave.
running
Yeah.
clock in the second half being up 35 to nothing, and I think that's probably what Coach Bolden was looking at.
Yeah, I mean, you come out in the second half and you go running clock. That's going to be for a quick second half, unless the Hawks can get on the board there early in the
there you
second
see
half. But Hawks will have the ball to start the second half.
Firebirds are fired up over there as they put another score in the end zone.
Yeah, they are just dominant right now. I mean, obviously St. X is a tough opponent, which is why you play them to get you ready. But
Yeah.
West showing they're a caliber to make a run for a state playoff
that is their goal.
contention here. They want to win the GMC, and they have the tools to do it.
Talked to a few of the West faithful here and a couple of the West guys down in the booth here, and they said clearly their focus and their goal is to win state this year. So they dodged a bullet last week, coming back 13-0 on X to get that W, and right now they're in full control and look like a well-oiled machine as their offensive line is holding up well.
And Bond in the end zone again. East might as well just not come out the field. Reminds me of Tyler Van Fossen years and years ago for the Hawks that would kick it out of the back of the end zone every time. Don't even need to get on the field there. But 45 seconds left, and we got a 5-touchdown lead.
Yep.
Yeah, Hawks have their work cut out for them. I don't know how conservative you may see them just maybe try a play.
Still looking for Troutman on the sideline, Ken, and I can't find him as a sophomore quarterback goes back in there for the Hawks.
I'd be a little disappointed if they just need the ball here, which they've been known to do. Just go in the locker room and figure things out, but hopefully they run a
Sandehar's in
play
there,
here.
underneath Clute at the center. He hands it off, goes up the middle.
It's Davis.
And Davis picks up 1 or 2, and that's probably going to be the last play of the half.
Yeah, we'll see if the Hawks elect to take a timeout or if they're just going to be content
They've got 1 left.
going in the locker room to
Coach Haynes looks like he's going to send a play in as the game clock's under the play clock, but
doesn't see much of a sense of urgency here.
I think they're going to get maybe 1 more off. But they don't really even need to snap this ball, Ken.
No, they don't. I'm curious if they will.
Yep, looks like they are. Sophomore quarterback keeps it, looks underneath.
Number 15.
That's going to do it for the first half, Dave.
And that will bring us to goose eggs at the end of the first half, where Lakota West is dominating 35-0 over the East Thunderbirds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the festivities of band night continue as the ninth graders from the East Freshman campus join the marching Thunderhawks on the field to play two pop classics. The first song was a worldwide #1 hit initially in the United Kingdom in 1987, where it stayed at the top of the charts for 5 weeks and was the best-selling single that year. It eventually topped the charts in 25 countries, including the United States. Here's the Lakota East Thunderhawks with Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. This next selection was recorded in 1969 and has become a mainstay at stadiums and sporting events all over the country. This song was actually selected for preservation in the Library of Congress in 2019 for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Now sing along as the Thunderhawks perform Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline. Congratulations to the East Freshmen on a great performance. We look forward to welcoming them into our marching band family next season. And our halftime entertainment continues as the marching Thunderhawks get set to perform the first half of their 2022 Kill the Moon. Wrapped in Debussy's masterwork of Claire de Lune, and in an environment that's undeniably French, the show is simply a beautiful dedication to the moon and to the composer who wrote so lovingly about it. The program is divided into 3 episodes: Moonlight, Harvest Moon, and Blue Moon. Tonight, La Lune will feature the following performers: Josh Riegel on clarinet, Dulce Withrow on flute, and Callum Vogelsang on alto sax. Once again, under the field direction of drum majors Haley Bowden, Maria Hudipole, and Emma Lode, the Marching Thunderhawks are proud to present Part 1 of La Lune. North and Thunderhawks are under the direction of Rob Tanis and Andrew Desmond, with assistance from David Wyrick, Matty Whaley, Kathy Roski, Colton Thomas, Taylor Evans, Susie Cole, Bill Pendleton, Jeremy Oliver, Scott Brown, Rob Howe, John Espy, and Vicki Borchert. Folks, don't forget tomorrow's the big day. It's the annual Tag Day fundraiser. Members of the Lakota East Bands will be out in the community collecting donations for this outstanding band program. If you see them out and about, make sure to give them a wave, or better yet, a nice donation. If you're not lucky enough to see them, any of the band members out tomorrow, you can make donations on the band website at lakotaeastbands.org. And as always, your participation and generosity is greatly appreciated. At this time, Lakota East Bands would like to recognize our diamond-level sponsors, Michael Garland, State Farm Insurance.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lakota East High School, home of the Thunderhawks. Here in the Hawks Nest, we have the crosstown shootout between Lakota West, Lakota East, and so far it's been all Lakota West, Ken. 35-0 here at the half.
Yeah, West, it's been the Mitch Bolden, Brennan Remy show. West had a special teams block punt touchdown. They had a 2-minute drill touchdown. They had an easy score on a 60-yard run by Remy. They are just showing their dominance over Lakota East right now.
And with just barely 6 minutes of offensive possession, they've racked up all those scores, put up 244 total yards on 20 plays, as opposed to East, who has dominated the possession of the ball, over 15 minutes possession of the ball in the first half, 26 plays, but only 86 yards to show for all that.
Yeah, 3 of West's touchdowns. One came on the special teams. The other came on a long run. They had a 2-minute drill, which was quick. So West doesn't need the ball in their hands if they're going to have the big strike play. East kept the West offense off the field for quite a while. They had the ball the last 6 minutes of the first quarter and the first 6 minutes of the second quarter, minus a special team score there. But they did lose their quarterback, Aiden Troutman, to an injury. Got sacked by almost 3 untouched Firebirds, and I don't know if Troutman's going to come out. We haven't seen him on the sideline.
That was a big third down conversion there they were looking to do. Couldn't get it done, and unfortunately their quarterback gets hurt, and they're, as we said, not deep in that position. The junior quarterback, Jude Prather's out for the year as well, and so we're down to the sophomore quarterback, and he's taken a couple of snaps there as the East student body trying to get people pumped up here, as it's been quite quiet on this side of the field, other than a great halftime show to the band. So we'll shout out to the band there, as given both sides of the field a great halftime show. But Ken, you mentioned one of those big strike plays, and somebody that's been having a field day is Benny. As there we see a shot of Coach Bolden there getting ready for the second half. But Remy had one of those big strike plays on that 2-minute drill for a 42-yard catch and a touchdown.
Yeah, easy route, just a slant over the middle. Bolden stayed tough in the pocket, just flipped it over to him, and Remy was gone. He just cut to the near sideline and went the distance there.
And the
42-yard reception.
Yep, for the touchdown, as your guy kicks it back out of the end zone again for yet another touchback.
Yeah, East is going to start on offense here, and Dave, I don't know if East can stay with what they have been doing. You know, it's twofold here. You're early in the season. You're preparing for other opponents too. You've got a sophomore quarterback who doesn't have a lot of varsity snaps under his belt, so not that you're conceding the loss here to West, but you also have to prepare for the other 8 GMC games coming up.
As number 15, Sandahar, as you mentioned, that sophomore quarterback's going to step back in there. Took a few snaps early, or a few snaps right before the half. Handed the ball off, trying to get him comfortable. Like you said, he's going to have to sit in the driver's seat here for the rest of the remainder of this game, though it will be a running clock. He's going to see plenty of time, plenty of action. And like you said, there's a long season, plenty of time yet to go here as he hands his first play from scrimmage in the second half up the middle to Davis. And just, shouting out to Eric here. He's doing his job. As I look here, it looks like he's got 72 yards in the first half. And definitely number one is stepping up to the plate, doing his part.
He's going to get most of the touches in the offense regardless, but he is going to take some big hits here. Now, granted, his line is great. He's got some great blocking up front, but his body's going to take a toll here, and he's going to have to step up and get a big play if he needs to get down the field.
So the sun is down, the lights are on. Hopefully you guys are getting a great view out there as our camera crew is bringing it to you tonight. You can see as the sun's going down, and
beautiful skyline right there.
Nothing more in our eyes, and just shout out to our Westchester Cable TV crew there, and everybody out there watching online, and we appreciate it. Keep supporting your local TV station here.
That shot alone deserves a like. on their website.
Absolutely.
Follow on social media. Give a couple likes to Westchester Cable there, and bringing this community rivalry here with East and West is fantastic. We've got just over 400 live viewers. We had 500 earlier. People in the community like to tune in and watch this game, along with other sporting events they bring.
Sandhar hands it back off to Davis, back up through the middle.
It's going to be enough for the first down, just what the Hawks want there. First down in a cloud of dust right up the middle. The Hawks offense, as we've seen in years past, is very methodical. You're going to see run up the middle, run up the middle, run up the middle, which should set up a run to the outside, and then occasionally a quick slant toss to catch the defense off guard. You're trying to get all the defense in the middle of the field to make it as predictable as you can while still gaining 2, 3, 4 yards at a time.
And the Hawks pick up a first down. That's nice to see here early in the second half. And so far I see West sticking with their main starters, not taking their foot off the accelerator here at all with the 35-point lead as Davis rolls right and he rumbles out here to about the 37-yard line.
It's going to be about a gain of 4, maybe 5. The young quarterback here, Jason Sandhar, that's good composure back there so far. A lot of times you bring in a sophomore and he gets a little jittery and nervous, and we haven't seen him bobble or fumble a snap yet. So good to see the confidence and the.
Jones has the tackle there for West. So that'll bring up second and about 7, just short of 6 yards. As the sophomore quarterback now steps back. Thought he was going to go in the shotgun there for a second.
Yeah, I think he was just altering the side of the field that this run's going to be. And
hands it off to Eric. Eric goes up the middle.
It's a good read right off the A-gap. Davis for another 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3, 7 minutes up. We are in a running clock situation, Dave. Anytime a team is up 30 or more in the second half, the clock will run. Now, it hasn't come into play yet because we've had all running plays, but if there was an incomplete pass or somebody out of bounds, the clock would continue to run with this big lead by Lakota West.
Hawks send double tight ends in.
And again, 3rd and 3.
Parker and Reisner go in on the double tight end. Number 25 goes in motion. They send it back up through the gut. And West makes a big tackle, number 90.
It's going to be a loss of 1. It's going to bring up 4th and 4, and it looks like Hawks are bringing in the special teams punt unit here.
Davis makes a good tackle there.
If they get a yard or 2, they may go for it on 4th, but the risk reward isn't there. So
nope.
Big Austin Siereveld going to come in and punt. Who taught him how to punt? Was it his mom or his dad?
I'm going to say his mom. Sorry, Clay. As he gets the nice snap this time, gets it off, gets a big boomer. And
fair catch.
Remy's going to fair catch that one.
So West pretty much with their worst field position of the day.
Yeah.
Nice punt by Austin. Is Coach Day watching this, thinking Austin may punt as well for the Buckeyes?
There you go. It's about almost a 40-yard punt there. Had a big one last week. I said about 55-ish yards. And boy, he gets it up there high too. Lets his coverage get underneath it. Yeah. He might be starting at punting before he's starting at the offensive guard up there at the shoe. So
Mitch Bolden under center. They're going to come out and throw.
And throws out to the flat and sets up the screen very well over there and picks up another 8 yards. So we were kind of wondering here with the 35-point lead, how much more of Mitch Bolden will we see?
Yeah, it's typical varsity game. You'll probably see him through the 3rd quarter. He may sit the 4th.
I figured or at least this series, depending on what they do with the ball. But I figured this first series for sure. And
you're not going to see any deep dropbacks where he can get blindsided or anything. You're going to see
he hands it off
handoffs
to 22.
and short passes there. That's Berg again, back-to-back touches.
So Berg takes it over the left-hand side, but enough for the first down, and it moves the chains, and it keeps the ball in West's hands.
Yeah, they've got a few different players in there, some different running backs as they typically have started. Berg in there, and it looks like Fan as well. Carson Fan, no?
Remy comes in wide left. Bolden slaps once, twice. Hands off up the middle. As East comes in, piles that up in a big stack. And they're going to give him forward progress. Woo.
Going to give him about 4.
Give him 4. I thought he got 2.
On that, 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Quick half. I mean, the running clock hasn't really come into play, except I guess.
Right. Everything's been pretty much a run, as you were saying.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what you typically would have expected out of East-West, Bolden Haynes. But beautiful night for football here. The crowd cleared out on the east side a little bit after an awesome performance by the East Band.
Yes. Not too thin over there on the red side. They're enjoying themselves so far. As Bolden slaps again. Going to see a flag there. Somebody jumped. As again throws it out in the flat. And that play's worked all night long, and it's been picking up 8, 10, 15 yards at a time. And this one about 16 yards, but we'll see who the flag is on.
Yeah, it looks like somebody moved on the offensive. It is going to be a false start on the offense.
Unfortunately, we have another East player down.
Yeah, clock is going to stop. Here we see we didn't quite see the movement there, but nice little pass there out in the flat.
Yeah, unless it was the wide receiver down here off the camera, but.
Got an injured Hawk that will stop the clock temporarily. Our first stoppage of the second half. 3 minutes left. Again, thanks to Westchester Cable for allowing this broadcast here to have both the East and the West faithful watching the game. Close to 500 viewers right now. And appreciate you tuning in. There'll be many more watching the game tomorrow and the next day. The players and their families seeing how they did and what was said about them up here. Look at that sunset, Dave, behind the East building.
Beautiful night, just beautiful night as we await to see what's going on with the injured player. I think it's number 7, Justin Green.
Watch the left corner of our screen here.
He went to make the tackle. He's flying around back there. Yep, number 7. I'm spinning off the tackle. And calling for a little extra assistance here.
Now that is Green, right? Justin Green, senior defensive back. Looks like a knee or.
I think they called for the. I think that's the doc from Beacon there that came out to take a look at him.
These players supporting their teammate, taking a knee, looking on. You don't like to see this, especially in a game like this. And Hawks already high in emotion with the remembrance this week of Katona and Van Hoosen, but Green's going to get up under his own power here.
He's
got
had
both feet.
I think they needed to pop his shoulder back in. So Doc's saying, "Hey, don't start waving around."
Dr. Chow's like, "Let's not quite wave to the crowd there yet."
Yeah, I just popped your shoulder back in, so let's keep it easy here.
He wants to get back to Justin. Knowing Justin, he wants to get back to business there.
Yeah,
it's like, get your hand off me. You pop me back in. Let's go.
Let's go. That's right. Seen that a few times in some hockey locker rooms. Pop it in. Let's roll.
He's training staff, veteran crew down there.
And in this situation too, I'm sure they're going to lean to the athletes. No sense at a 35-0, letting him get majorly injured there. So I think they're going to walk him over to the locker room and give him some treatment.
And that's a
But
nice Berg right up the middle, and great stoppage by the Hawks defense.
Good to see him walking off. So there's a good shot of the unis there for West with the speckled.
At first, it looked like mud on their
yeah, it's the
their
speckled
things, but that's the design look of their
paint
jerseys.
look there for Lakota West Firebirds.
It's a new look, like it.
No gain on the play. Second down and
We
10.
got 2nd and 10 for the Firebirds. Bolden in shotgun formation, single backfield. Berg with them.
Yep, right at midfield. Remy comes in motion. They hand it off to him. He cuts one up, finds some daylight. I have to like this kid, number 14. He makes quick decisions, right? He sees a little bit of daylight. He cut the ball straight up.
Yeah, very
didn't
talented.
waste any time.
He was tackled by
And
number 80, Wyatt Pleasant.
You'll see here, Ken, he takes the ball. He's following his blocker. Sees some daylight right here, and then just starts running north and south.
And he's only a junior.
Yep.
And we got another Hawk player down. Reisner this time.
Yep, number 48, Reisner. He
There's,
looks like he's reaching up to that shoulder area too. So
Coach Haynes and trainer Kevin looking at him there.
and he's another senior, right? Going down here, so
Yeah, Reisner definitely one of the Hawks' leading defenders here.
leading defenders. Yep, I think he led the team last week in tackles. So here you see number 14 turn. I don't see Reisner in the play yet. And here he comes in. Yep, right there. Trying to attempt to make the tackle. And they'll walk him off as
Good tackle by junior Wyatt Pleasant there for East.
they're going to walk him down towards the locker room as well. So
That
as you
locker room's
said-
getting a little crowded down there.
Yeah, as East is coming up with a couple of injuries here on two seniors as that lineup gets a little younger by the minute.
Yeah, I don't know if they can afford to. Have to bring in some junior high kids pretty soon.
So Bolden going right back into that right-hand side flat to Remy, and he's going to take it, scoot all the way down.
Easy
and
score,
another
Brendan
touchdown.
Remy. Nice design play and great execution. Bolden stays in the pocket. Remy cuts in. Easy score.
And we're going to see here again, just nothing fancy again. Just spins around, takes the ball.
Untouched.
Number 9 nowhere around him, and he's going to just race to the corner. And so Files
Untouched.
won't find him, and Nick Miller won't catch up with him. And Remy having just a monster night here in the Hawks' Nest in the big Lakota shootout. And the PAT is good.
Tyler Bond adds another point, and it is 42-0 Lakota West.
With 1:50 left on the clock, as you guys can see there. There's the numbers, and it's all West so far tonight.
Like I said earlier, Dave, East doesn't have a 43-point play in their bag. So they're going to run their offense. They're going to make the personnel adjustments. And Coach Bolden walking around happy right there. The Red Sea pretty pumped up. East just going to have to see if they can run their offense and gain some yards on maybe a mixture here of some West first and second teamers. In the fourth quarter, you'll have second teamers. It'll be a JV game in the fourth quarter here with the subs in there. But East has to get something going. That's
Absolutely. You got to live for another day here, right? You got to start thinking about next week. Like you said, you don't have a 42-point play in your back pocket on a running clock. So what can you do? What can you work on?
Hawks have Princeton next week.
Right.
At home, and they put some points on the board too. They have the second most points in the state, I believe. Last week.
Not an easy opponent either, right? So you got to start thinking about what's going to happen next week, and start planning that. You can't build this situation in practice. So when you have an opposing team, be a great time here to start preparing and looking. And
there's
speaking of Princeton, I think right now they're up 21-0 over Coleraine. Oak Hills beating Sycamore 20-6. Muller's up 21-0. Kings beating Turpin 42-3. Elder rolling over Pinkerton Central. Tell you, watch out for that Elder team. I think they're the real deal as well. And there's a sophomore quarterback throwing one out to Davis with a nice little toss. And the Hawks are going to move the chains right away as they throw the ball on first down.
Yeah, that's great to see them. You know, Davis still with the touch, but it's another way to get him the ball. Nice little rollout there by Sandahar, and finds Davis, who's going to get 10 in the first down.
I got Mason beating Hamilton 14-0 right now.
It's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter there.
As I don't think they're going to get another playoff. LaSalle Lancers beating Canada Prep 42-7. Way to go, Lancers. Fairfield 22-7 over Middletown.
Dave, that's going to bring us to the close of the third. We're going to take a short break here with Lakota West 42, Lakota East nothing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lakota East High School here in the fourth quarter. As you see the West faithful over there dancing around, and Ken, they got a lot to dance for because they're up 42-0.
You know, Dave, talk about community respect here. They had the number 2 for Caleb and Fossen there, young man who passed away in a tragic car accident this past weekend. East player, and there you see the West dance team donning the number 2 in honor of Caleb. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, they had a nice ceremony at the beginning of the game for Van Hoser, and both sides, like you said, respecting that number 2, and you had a shot there, the Lakota band. So now East getting the ball and handing it off, and there goes Eric Davis right up the middle.
He's going to get about 8. West has some backups in there on defense, so in theory East should be able to get some momentum going and some things going there. But good blocking there by Seerveld and Seerveld, the law firm.
Yep, just pancaking some people through. And, you know, a little respect here. They wouldn't mind getting a score out of this, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be blanked in your home stadium against your crosstown rival.
Get off that goose egg here, and like you said, so I'll tell you, not too many backups yet in there for West. I think there's a few that, like you said, came in. As the sophomore goes back, he's looking to throw. He whips one off, but at the feet, and I think we might have a pass interference there. See a flag right in the area of where the pass was thrown.
Pass intended for number 1, Eric Davis. It was in the 3.
And yep, it's going to be on West. And that should give East a first down.
It is going to be pass interference.
And that's why you throw the ball, my friend, right there sometimes, because you never know what's going to happen. Right there, the young sophomore quarterback, though he had a guy in his face, gets rid of the ball and draws a penalty downfield. And now the Hawks are finally dancing on the other side.
Yeah, they have not been able to cross the 50 too many times in this game. So
nope. That initial drive where things were looking really promising.
Got to the 25.
Got down to the 25. Thought we were going to be able to march the ball in and tie this thing up early, make it 7-7. Thought we were going to have a big shootout. Now the sophomore wings it out over here to Andy Vogelman, and he has to dive forward. And Andy's able to scoop that one in for a short gain.
Yeah, a little flip out there, and Vogelman hauls it in. Can't get up and run because he's already on his back, but that's good enough for 2 yards.
If he was wide open, could have hit. You know, if he would have hit him, he would have had a chance to advance the ball. But
2-yard gain on the pass play.
We'll take the catch and take the positive yards.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 8, about 9 and a half minutes to go in the game.
Sandahar has the ball. He flips it over and sticks it in Davis's
Number 1, Eric
belly.
Davis, the ball carrier.
And Eric rumbles his way forward, getting positive yardage once again. Not many,
Tackled by number
but a
18,
few.
LJ
Yeah,
Moore.
3rd and long still. Hawks are in
Moore,
4
I
down
think,
territory.
with the tackle for West. You see there, Eric keeping the legs moving. Got a couple of Firehawks on top of him. The Firebirds.
Yeah, Dave, Lakota West is very disciplined. They play a good brand of football. Everyone's in the right spot on their tackles. Good game plan. You can tell they're well coached.
We got 12 guys in the field right now, though.
That pass over the middle by Sandhauer, in and out of the hands of number 6 for the Hawks, Braden Reap. Looked like Reap could have hauled that in. He would have gotten hit pretty hard had he done that. Clock continues to roll because we are under the 30-point plus mercy rule that the OHSAA put in a few years back. Started it in the playoffs a couple years prior, and now they've moved it to regular season, which a mercy rule, if you will.
I see Ethan Evans comes in split wide. The Hawks got 4 wide receivers in there. Single set, shotgun. Sophomore's going to look. He's going to throw the ball. Oh, not a bad throw. As the defenders are just all over.
Intended for Reap again.
Yeah.
Was that intercepted?
Nope.
No, just
Went through his
incomplete
hands.
there.
So Reap doesn't come up with the catch. But, yeah, I give credit to Sandahar here. You'll see he moves with his feet, throws it
good
out there,
throw.
gives him an opportunity.
Yeah, nice throw up the middle.
Yeah,
On target.
and trying to make something happen here. Very unlike Lakota to have to go 4 wide, but the sophomore quarterback making it.
It's an impressive move by the West trombone section. I don't know if you and I could do that. I think one of us would wind up with stitches if we tried to do that.
So I think the West is going to bring in their backup quarterback now. Looks like number 15 in for West as he tries to hand it off, and nobody wanted it, so he's going to have to keep it. And that'll be
It's going to be
Nolan Parker.
Junior Nolan Parker, yep.
He was tackled by number 52, Harrison Clute.
And the crowd is kind of thinning out here on the west side a little bit.
Clute with the tackle there for East.
So 7 minutes left here in the game. Running clock, even with the incomplete pass. See 0 in there in the West backfield.
Second down and 10.
Yeah, quite a few new players here.
Devon
for
McCoy
West.
back there.
Number 29 for West, 25. And so Coach Bolden putting in quite a few second stringers here. Is that Mason Reese?
And Searveld coming out there, the Buckeye. Going to take a breather here on defense.
88 Gilbert. Luca Gilbert in at tight end. So
3rd and long for the Firebirds.
and the Firebirds lighten up these cell phones over there in the sea of red.
1 yard gain on the carry, 3rd down and 9.
It'll be 3rd and long here for West.
As they hand the ball off to number 11, or he goes off to the right-hand side, breaks a tackle, and no, that's number 0, not 11.
Davion McCoy on the carry for the Firebirds.
McCoy.
Here it is
Davion
again.
McCoy.
We'll
We'll see him here. Number 0 takes the ball, just
Once
runs
he gets
right
past
through.
that first layer, there's nobody there for the Hawks until
Bryce Taylor saves a touchdown tackle there, but the Lakota West Firebirds just march it right over midfield, and now they got 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. As the snap gets high, goes back to 0 again to McCoy.
So, Dave, I still haven't seen Aiden Troutman come out, even in street clothes. I don't know if they took him somewhere to be looked at, but that's not a good sign for the Hawks. I don't know how that bodes for the JV game tomorrow with Sandhar playing quarterback today, but they're going to have some reconfiguring on the depth chart to do for the next couple of weeks. Well, just under 5 minutes left. Lakota West with the ball and the lead, 42-0.
As Backup quarterback hands off to McCoy. Again, it's just give the ball to McCoy, and he's taking an opportunity here, showing Coach Bolden his stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, once you get the ball in Friday Night Lights, you're not going to go easy there. We're going to watch this again. Little rough on the handoff there, but once McCoy decides to run forward, he goes.
Parker was a little confused, I think, where he wanted to go with the ball. A little high snap. That's 2 in a row for him, for them. Back to Parker.
Bryce Taylor with the stop again. That's back-to-back tackles for Harper.
But so far, McCoy's been able to bail him out both times, and he'll pick up a first down. So he hands it off to McCoy again. Why not, right?
Lots
McCoy
of room on
goes
the
off
left
the
side.
left-hand side. He's going to scamper into the end zone,
and that's
going to be a touchdown.
Almost a 50 spot for West right now, 48-0. So that was the McCoy show.
That was definitely the McCoy show here on this series, as again, why not hand it off to him? He's made something happen out of nothing, and he just runs away from defenders, gets a good block by number 17 downfield there, and then lowers the boom and carries number 4 into the end zone with him. So
yeah, Kobe Taylor, the second junior receiver there, blocking downfield. Tyler Bond in for the 7th time puts one more point on the board for West, and he has the equivalent of a touchdown.
And McCoy carried Taylor into the end zone there and lowering the boom and pushing forward. So
49-0.
49-0 with 3:58. So can the Hawks hold on to the ball for these last few minutes and try to maybe get something on the board?
The key for the Hawks here to close the game is attitude. You got to have a positive attitude.
Right.
You can't let this game define your season.
Exactly.
You have Princeton, Middletown, Hamilton, and Mason coming up. So you can't get down on yourselves, and you can't say, woe is me. This is a good Lakota West football team.
Absolutely. I mean, they potentially, like we were saying earlier, could be playing the state contenders or state champions here, and West definitely has the ingredients to get there. So yeah, like you said, this is no picnic, no easy snoozer game here at all for the Thunderhawks. And like we were saying, you got to start thinking about tomorrow. You got to start thinking about next Friday and start building on that now. We've got a couple of injuries, got a couple of new faces in there, new personnel, and start trying to work something positive. Get down to some basics and get these kids who maybe not see as many snaps, who are going to see a lot of snaps in the next couple of weeks potentially.
Yep, we've got close to 500 viewers still on our YouTube channel streaming live, Dave. Westchester Cable bringing us the game. Those 495 of you, make sure you like and share and tell your friends to tune in to future games. But East is going to have a return, their first return.
Andy Vogelman
of
takes
the game.
The ball about the 5-yard line, and Andy tries to scamper up, and he's going to get just to about the 17.
So 3 minutes left, 49-0.
And talking about upcoming opponents here, West will face Sycamore and Oak Hills the next 2 weeks, so not quite as challenging as East. But again, anything can happen in the GMC, right? Anybody can surprise you. And so they've got a road game and a home game yet over the next 2 weeks.
Is it Sycamore that has the nice big new Jumbotron, even though they already had a Jumbotron? Did I read that correctly?
So I see number 27 in now for Lakota East in the backfield. It looks like Connor Cruz.
And Richter was the new ball carrier. Marvin Richter, junior running back, his first touch.
And I think we got another quarterback in there.
And who's that in the wheelchair?
Braden Camden, I think is
that's Steve Embry you see wheeling away, if that is Embry.
Number 14
yep.
He got injured last week.
Yep.
Oh, there goes a big run up the middle. Number 32, he's going to scamper away. Is he going to get caught? He's rumbling. He's stumbling. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Oh, they pulled him down at the 2-yard line.
What a great run there, Marvin Richter.
Marvin Richter breaks it, as we see in the replay, breaks a tackle at the line, pulls 30 away from him, and then just takes off running.
Yeah, you saw that too. The gap got shorter and shorter and shorter, and eventually caught
And
from behind by
number 27 by the Firebirds.
that was Anthony Henderson bringing him down from behind. But Hawks in
got
there,
first and goal
they're threatening to score and break out the shutout here.
as they give it right back to him. And I think he gains a yard. And like I said, the handoff there by number 10, Camden Brandon.
Minute 9 left there, and West wants nothing than to preserve the shutout. And East
Absolutely.
wants nothing but to get a crooked number on the scoreboard there.
Second
New-
goal. We're
new
under a minute.
Quarterback Camden Braden, Jr.
And they force it through there, and they, the West key right there on that. Let's see it. I call timeout here. Come on, coach. Come on, coach.
I don't
Use
think
one of
they'll
them.
see that.
Come on. You can put points on the board. Use that TO. Can't take them home with you.
So Camden Braden in as quarterback.
They've gone
Third Hawks quarterback there.
to Richter now 3 times in a row. I'd like to see Camden just keep it and scamper in here. Fake
You
it.
got to reward Richter for that long run.
Fake it to Richter. Oh, there's a big wide, and they're going to get right to the 1 yard line. 14 seconds. Come on, use that TO, coach.
Chauncey Peck with the run.
You got to call timeout.
And
He's not going to get it in.
we have a stop and play
They got
here.
officials timeout. Officials are going to help them out here and let them get this last play in.
Yeah, I think they're calling that a non-consulting timeout. So officials timeout, allowing East to get one last play
Richter's
off.
in there. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Hawks.
And somebody hit the, whoa, we got the new lights going. Look at that. Wow, got the new light post up, and there you go. You got to see it here live. And there's the remaining student section as the backups finally get the ball into the end zone. Take the big goose egg off the
breaking
off
apart
the
the
mark.
shutout. The extra point's going to be a non-factor, so they're
not
they're
going
gonna
to see the
call that
PAT.
the ball game.
Yep.
So Dave Royce, Ken Yablonsky here. Great to be in the booth with you once again this season. There's your final, Lakota West 49, Lakota East 6.
We'll see you guys all here next weekend.
Every